guys, welcome back to Probably Hill. My name is Matt. Today I got a new piece of equipment to show you guys. I have a Woodyard update, and I guess it's just my intro to come back to YouTube, guys. It's been a minute since I've been on here. I took a little break, but I got the itch for firewood and YouTube, and I'm back at it. So got some good stuff coming for you guys that we'll go over in this video. Stuff to look forward to, but let's get into the live action. So about a week ago, I took a week of vacation from my real job, and I had a lady contact me a couple months back, and she had a lot of wood that she took down and she wanted to get rid of. So I took a week vacation, got my dump trailer and my truck and tractor, and went and got it. So I was able to get 13 trailer loads within 2 to 3 days with my truck, trailer, and tractor. What I did is I took the tractor on the tilt trailer, took it to her house, and hooked up my dump trailer, and then just ran loads. You can see right here, guys, here is 2 of the loads I had. Got a lot of hickory, a lot of oak, a little bit of poplar, and quite a bit of maple. So there's 2 loads. There's a third one right there. There's 3 loads right here, and then I got 2 more here, and you'll see when we get down there. I got probably 1.5 next to the splitter, but I've gotten through a lot of this stuff, guys. It was crazy because I'm glad I had all this room, but this whole thing was filled up. That's why I had to dump over there and dump over here. It was all filled up, and I actually had to bring my tractor back and move 3 or 4 of these loads just to stack them up to get more wood in here. So as much wood as I wanted to get at one time. You see right here, this is kind of a mess because I actually widened the road here. This is a lot of extra that I'm going to bring down here once I get all this wood out of the way, so that's why it's kind of piled up. I got to move some stuff and spread it. But yeah, guys, same as what it was a couple months ago. We got our firewood lined up here, got some bundles made over there. But let's go down to the Woodyard. I still have quite a bit of this poplar right here to go through. Since I got out that oak and everything, I've been processing that before getting into the poplar. Guys, we got a lot of wood right here up next to the splitter. Man, that was some nice wood, guys. You can see I've been pumping the wood and got a lot of scrap down there that I need to clean up. So this is all a mess. I have some more poplar right here, but here's the wood, guys. Got a lot more since the last video. But my issue is I've run out of room to stack these things. And if you remember, I had stumps out here. Well, here's one of them, guys. And you see the new toy right there. So you guys could see how overgrown everything has gotten. We've just gotten so much rain this year. Sorry for the dogs next door. You can see that, guys. I had the firewood processor set up. This was my most popular video of all time. So that's something coming soon. We got the conveyor set up right next to the splitter. I'll have to get all this cleaned out, get all that cleaned out, and then I can do this video. This will be a popular video. A lot of people like that. But pretty much else is the same, guys. So let's get into what today's video is about, and it's a stump grinder. So in past videos, I've hinted about getting a stump grinder, and it's something that I've been wanting. So I finally pulled the trigger, guys, and what this is the Max TSG61 stump grinder. It has the 2 remote hookups, so you can lift it up and down, and you can lift it side to side. It's got the 24-inch cutting wheel. This thing's a monster, guys. When I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, this might be too big for my tractor. So this thing is rated for 35 horsepower tractors up to like 60 or something like that. Mine is a 35 horsepower tractor, so it's right there on the cusp. But I researched on reviews, and there was 25 horsepower tractors using this, no problem. So yeah, I've already used it, guys. I'm glad I used it because I learned a lot of things with this. So in a previous video, I did a video on this Vevor top link, and took a lot of you guys' advice, and I flipped it over, and that did the trick, guys. No more issues with this. Obviously, because I have to use 2 remotes, I had to unhook this. So what I did is I got it set up like I wanted it, straight up and down. I adjusted it and then unplugged the lines and put my lines in for the stump grinder. So I didn't have to take the adjustable top link off and put the old one back on. A lot of people are saying you have to do that. I just unhooked the hoses, and we're good to go. So how this works, guys, your PTO switches, you turn that on. These are my 2 rear remotes. I've already done a couple stumps on this just because I didn't want to look stupid on YouTube. I'm glad I didn't do it because I learned a lot. So with my tractor, I don't know if all tractors like this or whatever, this gray stick, when you press it, it continues the flow of the attachment. So I set it up where this is the left to right and this is the up and down. So with this one, if I push it like this, it's going to keep going whatever speed, however far I push it up and down, that's how fast it goes. But if I leave it like that, it's going to keep moving unless I put it in neutral. With this one is just like a normal lever. You press it and it springs and it goes back. So you let go of this one, it goes back to neutral. You don't have to worry about it. Well, what I learned, guys, is when I was adjusting this thing as I was going, I left this lever on, so it was slowly creeping to the right, and I was going down on this, and it kept grabbing, kept pulling, and then eventually I was just sunk down in the dirt. Luckily, I was doing it on a small stump. Otherwise, we might have done some damage on the big stump. But some things I learned: make sure this lever is back in neutral when you're done with it, and make sure this one also is back in neutral when you're done with it. Because I had it where it kind of like didn't click all the way back in one time and it kept going down. So whenever you use these, just make sure that they're back in neutral. Otherwise, you're going to bury it, turn the tractor off, and all that. So I did that. So yeah, let me lift the stump grinder up, show you the stump. I already blew around it and kind of raked, and I'll show you what we're working with. So as you can see, guys, this is a pretty nice size stump. I don't have a measuring tape, but you can see it's got roots that go out all the way. I'm just trying to get this thing level so I can put firewood baskets on it. I was really needing this a long time ago, but I couldn't pull the trigger yet. So this is going to allow me to open all this up and stack more firewood baskets. As you can see, I'm running out of space, guys. So I'm just going to do a brief overview of this attachment and then we'll get to it. You got lots of grease points here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what's nice is it labels it all, so that's good. Y'all can see, guys, this thing's heavy duty, well made. It's got a flow control right here. I did have adjust these. At first, the up and down was way too fast, so I adjusted that. My left and right was good, so I left that. But it just hooks up with these pins here, just like any other top link or category 1, whatever. It's got this shield here that goes up and down. This thing can't get in the way, so you got to watch that. This is your where you put your oil for the gearbox. All you do is unscrew this right here, make sure it's level, pour your oil in there, and once it comes out here, that's when you know it's good. It's got one of these torque, I don't even know what they're called, but it's so that nothing snaps and breaks. So that's bolted on there. You have another flow control. So yeah, guys, pretty well made. We'll see how long it lasts. Time will tell. But yeah, guys, I just realized this has these up here. I wonder if that's what these hoses are for. I bet that's what those hoses are for. And just like that, guys, I learned something new. This is why YouTube's so nice. You kind of get other people's opinion, figure stuff out. But this time I didn't need somebody's opinion. I just looked at it while I was videoing. I was like, wait, I didn't realize these are up here until now. So I just reran the wires, or the hoses, to there. So that makes total sense. So, cool deal. So first step, guys, is to put down the gear right there with the 3-point hitch. You just drop it down, get it level there, and now you can adjust everything with these. And notice, guys, I'm doing it off the tractor. This is why I chose this type of stump grinder versus the one you just hang on the back and kind of drive forward and backwards. I don't want to turn my neck all day, so I can do everything from the side of the tractor here, guys. I got my PTO switch. This right here is up and down, and this right here is side to side. And now you can see right here, guys, watch, when I push this one in, it does it automatically. That's pretty cool. But the downside, like I was saying earlier, is I accidentally left it like this. And while it doesn't look like it's moving, at some point in time, it's gonna start moving. Just a little bit right there. So just gotta make sure that one's always in. I start kind of high and I work my way over just because the stump may be uneven. All right, there's the first round, guys. You can see this thing digs deep, man. Now, you see how deep that is. That's pretty impressive. So, what I'm trying to learn is where to put the center of the wheel so that I don't have to move back and forth. Like right here, I might have to move back. Well, actually, no, that's just dirt right there. So I think I'm good on this one. But you see how far that one goes out? It might not be even with the ground, so I might have to bring the stump grinder back up and get that, but I think that's gonna be fine. So you see, once you get so deep, what happens is you start hitting right here, and then you can't go back and forth. You have to lift up. So what I'll do is I'm gonna lift everything up, back up a bit, and then come from the top edge right here, go down and do the same all the way over. And then once I take the top off everything, then I'll go back that way, go back this way to grinding everything down further. I usually tilt this up just a bit so we don't hit, and then I back up. So you see what I mean about lining up? This would be like the middle of it. So if I go straight down, I'm not going to be pulling as much of this side and leaving a lot empty. You don't want to take too much because then it might be too much for the tractor. So what I've been doing is I bring this up to the edge right here and then put it down. I'm gonna sweep just to see how high everything is. You can see I can go both ways. Cut both ways. So this time I feel like I went too far over in the stump because I keep getting this and not hitting this over here. So I'm gonna pull up just a little bit and then start on that edge again. All right, let's try that. So y'all can see, guys, the chunks. I mean, this thing rips. It was throwing chunks way over there. But I think what was happening here, guys, is I was going too deep, and that's what was making it jump. The manual says that you need to take like the top half off all the way across and then come back and get the bottom. But I was trying to get it all at once, so that's probably on me. I was just doing more than it should have. So let me back up and keep pressing. All right, guys, the GoPro was sitting in the sun, got hot, turned off, so it missed a lot of it. But I went in and pulled the tractor away. What we're going to do, you could see, guys, I started right here and worked my way to the back. What I was finding out is I was getting too deep, and it was just too much wood for the stump grinder to chip away at one time. So I had to pick it up, back up, get on top again, get down, pick up, back up, get on top, and do it like that. That's how it says to do it in the manual. And now I know why, because once you get in the middle of the stump, it's just too much wood for it, and it starts jumping and popping and whatever. But and you can see, guys, right here, this is wood and this is wood. So this stump was way bigger than what the stump grinder would articulate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a blower, blow all this off, get it clear, and then reposition the tractor. I'll probably put it on this side and do this side first and work my way back. So here's what we're looking at, guys. You can see I have a root that comes up right here. This right here, that's the end of the stump. This is all just mud and dirt. So I think this section's good. This is about as low as I need to go. But I gotta come up, take all this out. This stump ends right there. You can see that. So you can see, here's the issue, guys. When y'all saw jumping a bunch, you can see the only place right here is where I could lower the grinder without it jumping. Everywhere else, it was going to jump because I was lowering it in the wood. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to come from the edge, you know, and cut it that way. So that's why I was having such a hard time. You could see the levels too, like where I was hitting it. So that's definitely a mistake on my side. That's not the stump grinder's fault. So let's readjust. I'm gonna put the tractor over here, take this section out, and just work my way to it. So I got it repositioned here. Another thing that I wanted to point out is over here, I felt like maybe the stump grinder was sitting uneven. Like this one looks like it's kind of angled up that way. That also might affect how it grinds. Like when you go side to side, it might be lower on this side of the stump and higher on the other side of the stump, and vice versa. So I was finding myself also having to raise it over there versus right here, and that just might be because it's set up on a hill or whatnot. But I think that's pretty important to set that up. This for down, this goes over. Look how much it throws it, guys. Watch this. Might have went down too far there. So I'm happy with that. Y'all can definitely tell I'm a rookie here. You can see how deep I got in this section. I didn't get deep enough in the next section. I'm getting too deep in this section, which I'm trying to get this down anyway, but I'm not quite far enough, so I'm gonna have to move up just a little bit to get this edge right here. You can see this is where the stump ends. I gotta get at that, bring that down, and then work my way out. There we are, guys. It's all done. It definitely took a little bit too much time chasing these roots, and I got really low. Now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't have went, but half of what I did, it saved a lot of time, because I'm just going to fill this in and use it for firewood storage, so it's just got to be flat. But you can see, guys, tons of sawdust, and this thing throws it far. It's covered all the wood, which is no big deal. I'll just blow it off. Man, this thing rocks. I can't find any complaints for it yet. The only thing that's got me wondering, I feel like it lowers itself sometimes. That's the only thing that I can find that might be an issue, and I don't know if that's the tractor or if that's something in the valve there. I need to just test that and see, because what was going on, guys, is I was making a pass, making another pass, and then I can make another pass and it was still taking chunks off. So it was like it was lowering itself. I know like if you go off to the side and it goes into dirt or something, it will fall a little bit lower than if it was on the wood, so maybe that's the case. That's the only complaint I have, is sometimes I feel like it goes lower on its own. Like I said, I'm gonna keep playing with it. Could be just be me and learning the machine, but man, this thing rocks. So now, guys, I have all this extra room right here to store firewood. This took up probably 3 or 4 spaces that I needed to store firewood. So I'm gonna rake this up, get it cleaned up, and we're good to put firewood back. There it is, guys. I'm gonna take the tractor, run it over, get the bucket, level it out more. But I just want to rake it real good, make sure I don't find any like humps or pieces that I missed, and we're good to go, guys. This was a big stump. So unfortunately for me, I have like 30 more stumps to stump grind, so you're gonna get more of that content. But fortunate enough, I have a stump grinder now, so we can take care of that problem. The next video or so, we're going to run the firewood processor, guys. This is one that a lot of you guys are gonna like, and if you watched it before, you know what I'm talking about. I got it all set up. The reason I want to knock this out is because I have a lot of little wood still up there. We're gonna cut it, split it to the splitter there, And then I think once we fill this area up, I'll probably just move the splitter up towards the house again and fill all this up with IBC totes, because we're running out of room quick. I'm pretty happy with this purchase, guys. We'll see how she lasts. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.